Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and don't worry, Jay will be back with me tomorrow, and we'll be back to our usual Thaiger antics. But for today, I have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles this Wednesday, September 3rd. Before we dive into it, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. And yeah, you can like this video too. All right, today we'll be talking about plans to raise VAT in Thailand in order to boost revenue. A very recent development in prime ministerial politics here in Thailand, as the People's Party have made their decision on who they will join a coalition with. And a little later, an update on the controversial British mother who flaunted a lavish lifestyle while claiming UK benefits. Now, before we get to it, a quick word from our sponsor, and that is the one, the only, the Fazwaz. Fazwaz is your #1 real estate portal for real estate, all your real estate needs, whether you're looking to buy, rent, sell, browse, I don't know, go trick-or-treating, what have you. Fazwaz can point you in the right direction with a wonderful staff, 24-hour support, and multilingual support at that. So go check out Fazwaz.com if you're looking to get into the real estate game here in Thailand. Not only that, comedy shows, hit it. Tonight, Brian Aylward, fantastic act from Canada, will be sort of headlining. He'll be opening my show today because he's got multiple bookings tonight. But he'll be opening my show with a nice long set, professional caliber at Whiskars for our Whiskars Wednesday show. That's doors 7:30 p.m. The show starts at 8 p.m. We try to wrap up by 9:15. We know it's a school night, so we don't want to keep you guys up too late. Not only that, we have our ticket links up for both Pattaya Night Live and Bangkok Night Live. You got that for me, Tan? Pop that up. The one and only Paul Morrissey, which is that there? There it is. Yes, Paul Morrissey with his special ice cream versus everything. He's a famous podcast host. He's in the Bill Burr umbrella of podcasters, and he's an amazing talent. So we have him in Bangkok on the 26th, Pattaya on the 27th. You can find both of those tickets right now over on Megatix. Just look up Paul Morrissey or Pattaya Night Live, what have you. You'll be able to find them on sale now. Early bird tickets available until this weekend. All right, let's get into it. Our first story of the day, which, I don't know. I guess I picked it because it's probably going to affect our viewers the most. But Thailand is planning to raise VAT in order to bring up the tax revenue by what they're hoping will be 600 billion baht. Thailand's caretaker finance minister, Pichai, says the country needs to raise an additional 600 billion baht in tax revenue, noting the current levels fall short compared to similar economies. The standard VAT rate is legally 10%, but it's currently set at 7% and due to expire in September, prompting discussions on increasing it. Any decision will weigh economic conditions and international pressures, including U.S. tariffs that currently favor Thai exports. Additional revenue would be used to reduce public debt, support small businesses, and help shrink the budget deficit to below 3% of GDP, possibly without cutting spending, by instead securitizing state assets and boosting investment. All right. Well, okay. So Thailand doesn't have VAT is still the big way that most countries raise revenue for their governments. Thailand has a major issue when it comes to like household debt. National debt's not too bad, but it's not looking great. It's trending in the wrong direction. So this is always a question, right? Raising taxes in order to afford your spending is a big issue, but it tends to piss people off. The real question is, where are these VATs going to be placed, right? Is this a blanket thing? Are household necessities like groceries and things like that going to be exempted from the increase in taxes? Should we look at maybe more taxes on luxury goods, which they're already pretty heavy? So controversial. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Is this a legitimate move? Does the government need more money? Are you willing to pay these extra taxes? And by willing, I mean you probably won't have a choice, but we'll have to wait and see. So the expiration is coming in the coming weeks, especially strange as this government is in flux. So we'll have to wait and see how effective this government will be in actually implementing new policy. Time will tell. All right. Okay, our next story is the breaking news. Okay, I'm just going to wing it. Everybody, wish me luck, because this is breaking as of a couple of minutes ago. Well, we've been talking all week about who will be the new Prime Minister of Thailand, and we've been waiting on the words of the leadership of the People's Party, who have been turned into the king-making party despite their previous lack of political influence. Well, now, after Pheu Thai and Bum Jai Thai have spent their time courting the People's Party's votes for their support, they have spoken, and they have chosen to go with Bum Jai Thai and Anutin to be the next Prime Minister of Thailand. Also, the former Prime Minister. So this marks a big old change, because this means that Pheu Thai will now be the party waiting in the wings to return to their power. The Shinawats had previously been backing Prayut to return to the position of Prime Minister, but that looks like it will no longer be happening. So, as Anutin is now going to be the Prime Minister elect, the one waiting in the wings, this sheds some light on what direction Thailand's policy will be taking. And that includes things like, of course, cannabis laws and cannabis reform has been a big issue. Pheu Thai was more against the reformation of cannabis laws. Anutin was the guy who sort of brought it to the forefront before he was ousted from power just a couple of years ago. So, strange bedfellows, because the People's Party is traditionally seen as the more progressive left-wing party, Bum Jai Thai, the more military-backed right-wing party. But I guess the backroom dealings worked, and the People's Party now have much more political power than they had in the past. So, all right, the deadlock is almost over. We will also see a dissolution of Parliament in the coming months, and hopefully after that, some elections would be nice. But we'll keep our eye on it for you and keep you updated as this story continues to develop. Now, it was also interesting, too, I got to say, they did a poll asking the people who they wanted, and the poll said that they were looking for, they wanted somebody from Generation X and somebody who was more of a tycoon financial background. That's not what they're getting, but it is curious to see. Like, that's such a nebulous way of saying it. What kind of generation do you want? Somebody younger, Gen X, I guess, seems like the right one. Well, anyways, we'll see how we go. All right. Well, our next story is about some natural disaster news. We got the flooding in the Nan River. The Nan River is reaching its highest level in 14 years, with major flooding reported. So, the Nan River in Phitsanulok has surged to its highest level since the devastating floods 14 years ago, prompting flooding in numerous households. Heavy rain across northern Thailand continues to strain local infrastructure, raising alarms among authorities and residents. The rising water levels serve as a stark reminder of past disasters and the need for vigilant flood management. Many affected communities are already grappling with water encroaching on homes and roads, creating a sense of urgency to mobilize relief and adaptation measures. Well, that doesn't look good. As you could tell from the footage, this is definitely going to impact not just the damage that'll be done, but the local economy, and hopefully, no reports of lives lost yet, and hopefully it stays that way, because with these kinds of natural disasters, a lot of people, the word gets out, people try to spread the word, but not everybody's listening or paying attention. And sometimes these things happen, when you're asleep, and it happens in a flash. So if you are in the affected area, please let us know. How are you doing, first of all, if you were watching, and also be prepared, because the worst of it might not be over. The rainy season is still upon us, and especially in the north, there seems to be a lot of bad weather happening. Landslides could also potentially be an issue in such conditions. Stay safe, everybody. All right. Okay, now wacky stories. A little bit of vandalism and violence coming out of Chon. A Chon boat driver paints his rival green and then attacks him. Like, that's a little insult to injury there. Terrible. A violent clash at a pier in Chonburi turned horrific when one boat driver flung green paint on a rival before assaulting him with a crowbar. That's some attempted murder stuff. Nearly severing the victim's right ear. Jesus Christ. The lifeless dispute apparently stemmed from an earlier collision incident, with the attacker accusing the other of wielding mafia-like influence over dock operations. Fortunately, the victim survived, receiving emergency treatment at a nearby hospital and later providing a statement to police. Authorities arrested the alleged attacker, who could be prosecuted under criminal laws covering assault resulting in injury. Hopefully the ear could be reattached, but very interesting, very curious. He said, she said. This guy was, ostensibly driven to the brink, which of course there's no excuse for violence, particularly with a crowbar that could have ended in death, for sure. We've seen things like that happen in the past. Also, throwing the green paint, that's one thing. But then following up with assault with a deadly weapon, a completely different thing. So unclear what the charges will be filed against him. Also unclear if his allegations of the other guy wielding mafia influence is accurate as well. So all allegations at this point, except for the fact that one man definitely did break the law and start going on a tear. I've said it before. I'll say it again. In the East, tempers are on it's not a dial, it's a switch. And then when people flip, they really flip. So be careful, everybody. Stingy Rock said he was green with envy. He was green with envy that he also didn't have a crowbar. Fair play. Looked like Lou Ferrigno with the paint, said Jerry G. I love your Hulk references. And this guy, I also like this guy. That guy seemed like he was hamming it up for the cameras too. Which, I mean, come on, wouldn't you if you had your little, if you were the victim of this crime? That was pretty interesting. But don't assault people with crowbars, everybody. My 2 words of advice. All right, we're off to the film industry for our next story. We have a potential Weinstein in Thailand situation. I think you know where I'm going with this. A film director has been accused of sexually assaulting 2 actresses during what he called a quote-unquote workshop. 2 freelance actresses have filed accusations against a Thai film director who allegedly used a so-called love scene workshop as a ruse to sexually assault them. The victims, one aged 32 and the other just 16, gross dude, say the director asked them to close their eyes and imagine intimate thoughts, then proceeded to touch and kiss them inappropriately during the session. A timely knock by a film crew member allowed the younger victim to escape, and the older actress subsequently went to the police with support from a social media influencer. The allegations echo previous claims, with one actress saying the director had once told her that sleeping with him was a requirement for working with him. My God, if this isn't just like Harvey Weinstein of the West, it seems that people in positions of power, particularly in industries where, you want to be a star, don't you? Well, take it off. It's such gross and vile behavior. And very nice to see that, they got lucky, right? It's girls get in these situations and end up frozen, right? And then all of a sudden, there's victim blaming and things like that. Fortunately, a crew member's like, this guy has a reputation. These girls are in there alone. Knock, knock, knock. Everything okay? And that allowed them to break out of whatever situation they were in. And also, social media influencer able to come to aid as well and bring more attention to this show or to this situation, and give the older woman the courage to come forward with the story. And hopefully, he won't be doing this to anybody again. What is with it's the music industry, it's the movie industry. I'm in the comedy industry, and I have not slept with any of my comedians, I have to say. They're all, schlubby guys, so it's not really my type. But anyways, no, I don't. If you want stage time, you don't have to do that with me. And I'm glad to see that the culture is shifting, not just in America, obviously, but around the world, because God knows how long this stuff has been going on and what they've been getting away with. Ew. All right. Well, let's move on to our next story before we got a couple of more feel-good stories. Not the only film news, apparently. A bit of a social controversy as a film crew was slammed for rolling up a Thai flag at a Phuket viewpoint. A video showing a film crew member rolling up Thailand's national flag at a scenic Phuket viewpoint sparked a wave of outrage across social media. The clip, captured at Black Rock Viewpoint in Rawai, prompted a local man seen restoring the flag to become a viral hero. Netizens criticized the apparent disrespect to a revered national symbol, calling for greater mindfulness during filming. The incident remains unresolved, with local authorities yet to confirm whether any official complaint has been made. I don't know. Disrespecting flags, that's a bit of a no-no. But, if you're filming something, did you have permission to film there? Look, in Thailand, there's a lot of guerrilla filming. People like get around, having permits and stuff like that, just by like going there and we're not in trouble. Okay, cool, we're good. And being able to film in that guerrilla fashion. But yeah, being respectful is a big part of that. I've definitely been on shoots. Oh God, I've done commercials here. It's hilarious. Where they're like, okay, we need to film you at like this place, and I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. So we do it. We're filming me, and then all of a sudden security comes out of here like, get away. They chase us, and then like whoever it is, the team that I'm with, it's like, it's okay, we got the shots, let's move on. And then they end up getting used. So we don't do that at the Thaiger. We're very official here. But in my previous gigs where I was freelancing and some acting, that has been an issue. I don't know. Is there an appropriate way to furl up the flag? This is one of those weird nationalism things. Like in America, we get pretty bent out of shape about what you do to flags too. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is this appropriate, inappropriate? Is this guy actually a hero? I don't know. For me, I'm not a big nationalist guy. Yeah, Bishop. Don't we have AI? Just crop it out. Exactly. You could just like take the video and then Photoshop that thing. It's gone. I don't know. Be respectful, everybody. Okay. Guys, we got two more stories at the end. We have some Fanongs behaving badly and some funny feel-good news. Before we do, though, we'll hear a quick word from our sponsor. And we're back. Thank you, Fazwise, for sponsoring the show. Go check out fazwise.com for all your real estate needs. All right, let's keep going. This is an update on something we covered a couple of months ago. A British mum has been deported and leaves her young son behind in Thailand. So, Ellis Matthews, a 32-year-old British mother who overstayed her visa in Thailand, has been deported back to the UK, but her 4-year-old son remains in the country in the care of relatives to avoid his placement in UK care. She had drawn attention on TikTok by claiming to receive sizable UK benefits while flaunting a lavish lifestyle, though she maintains it was all for social media and not real. During her more than 3-month stay in a Thai immigration detention center, both she and her son suffered difficult conditions. She describes malnutrition, illness, and traumatic experiences witnessed by the child. Now back in the UK, she remains in hiding amid online backlash, pleading for a chance to reunite with her son and rebuild their lives. I don't know what to think about this story. Look, obviously, not a good look if you are like out there on TV and doing the TikTok thing, really putting yourself out there for attention, and while claiming to be on benefits, while also claiming that but look at how awesome my life is. I think she was definitely on benefits, and I think she was abusing them in some kind of way. Again, allegedly. But what was behind her arrest was also interesting in the fact that her son was detained as well. That one kind of sits with me the wrong kind of way, because no matter what, 4-year-old son didn't do anything wrong. A 4-year-old is not in control of any of that. Also interesting that they're separated now, so at least he is in the care of family. But it's kind of hard. She's kind of like the girl who cried wolf right now. So it's kind of hard to believe her side of the story when there's been so many, lies in the past in terms of, or at least inconsistencies with the stories that she's told. So I don't know. I'm curious to know everybody's thoughts on this story that might know more about it or had followed her on TikTok and seen that journey from her perspective. But from the outside looking in, it doesn't look good for her. And now she's back in the UK hiding because there's big backlash on social media about the actions that she's taken. Eek. Yeah, weird stories. Wu-Tang Life says, the girls on Soy 6 do it every day. Well, that's different. They're not abusing government benefits. They're abusing benefits from the foreign expats just looking for their attention. That's more consensual relationship there. Anyways, let's we'll talk about it a little bit later. Sticking Rocket, God, I'll read your comment in the live section later. Sticking Rocket, I can't do that for the main show. Does this feel good news? I think it's funny. I don't know. let's just dive into it. Let me know what you guys think about this. All right, Amarat, a former MP, fulfilled a naked dance vow after the former Prime Minister's ouster. Brace yourselves, people. Following the recent removal of former Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra, former Move Forward MP Amarat honored a pledge she made, months earlier by performing a traditional Thai dance in the nude on September 1st. Get it, girl. The performance, staged discreetly within a tent at a shrine in Nakhon Pathom, was shared on social media and drew attention for its unusual nature. The ousting, triggered by ethical concerns over a controversial call involving Cambodia's former Senate President Hun Sen, set the stage for Amarat to act on this promise. The symbolic, if unconventional, gesture was praised by supporters and highlights the lengths some will go to in expressing political sentiment. Okay. You know, some people talk about, no matter who's in the White House, right, somebody's not going to like them and somebody's going to celebrate when they leave. Not sure I've seen this. Would you dance naked in the streets for the ouster of your political opponents? I think some of you would, honestly. I just don't think you thought about it yet. So congratulations to whatever this was. Seems like a moment of happiness, of course, at the expense of somebody else's happiness. But anyways, if you made the promise, you gotta live up to your word, I say. And that's Stinking Rocket agrees, right? Give her credit for sticking to the guns and doing it. Yeah, also while in a discreet way. Not just strutting down the street. So I think all in all, pretty good story. Also, remember the Move Forward Party, which is now turned into the People's Party, which now has a lot more power. So more in the news from them you'll see soon. All right, now, guys, that'll do it for the show. As I said, tomorrow Jay will be back with me. I'm just going to keep promising it until he does. Beetlejuicing. Jay. Didn't work. Anyways, we'll be back with you again tomorrow. You can always, please subscribe to the Thaiger here on YouTube. You can follow us on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You'll see a bunch of videos that you wouldn't see here and other posts and articles as well. Also, don't forget to go to thetiger.com for more news updates throughout the day, and ASEANnow.com if you enjoy being a part of the conversation, like many of our live viewers do here every morning at 9:30 a.m. Thai time. You can catch us on YouTube and be a part of the conversation. For now, I will do just that and dive into the live comments and see what they have to say. The rest of you guys, I will see tomorrow.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.